What's up, everybody? Welcome to the video. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, head down here, hit the subscribe button, and tap the bell while you're at it so you get notifications anytime we post a new video. Also, while you're down there, make sure you give us a like. It really helps us out. And at the end of the video, head over to the channel, check out all our other content, and make sure you're following us on social media so you get advanced notifications anytime we're going to post. Hope you guys enjoy the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today in this install, we're going to be installing a front runner tailgate table on our Jeep JL known as Whiplash. And while we're at it, we're also going to be taking care of some lighting with a light bar, just something that we picked up on Amazon. All right, first thing up is we're going to open up our front runner tailgate table. Got instructions for the front runner drop down table. Look pretty good. Mounting hardware, and the cool thing about the mounting hardware is they're all signed by the people who package it. Thought that's pretty cool. Looks like we have a mounting bracket and nicely packaged table. Yep, that's it. Got a nice little latch, little security latch for it. Everything looks really good. All right, so step one, we've got everything taken out, all of our parts and all our hardware all set aside. Remove the trim panel, and we're just gonna give it a quick yank here, and that's gonna loosen everything up. Just go around and break these clips loose, and then set your trim panel aside. Okay, so next step, once you have your trim panel set aside, we just use the box to kind of prop it up. You're gonna be drilling 4 holes, and we're starting with a 1/8 inch, and your holes are already identified. So you got this starting spot here, another starting spot here, and we're also going to be drilling into the trail ready system that already gives you those starting posts there. So we're going to just drill our pilot holes, and then we're going to drill them out to a larger size here in a second. All right, so next we're going to step up to a 3/8. All right, so we're stepping it up to 27/64, and we're just taking incremental steps to drill the smallest hole necessary to fit the spacing post. We don't want to jump to the end. I want to see what's going to work before I commit to the largest bit. So again, 27/64. And we're just gonna enlarge the holes one at a time. Okay, so if, like me, you've got some clips that stayed in the tailgate, it's really not that big a deal. Take your favorite multi-tool, knife, slip behind. I usually pick the bottom one, and then I press up and pull out, and then attach it to your tailgate. So the next step is we're going to be securing this bracket to the back of the table. And you're going to be using 3 mounting locations. It's going to be this center location, this top of the outer, and then this top location of the outer as well. And you're going to be using this small little button head bolt. It's going to start from the inside, then you're going to put a washer on it. I'm doing this live. So button head bolt, washer. Okay, got it. Then your bracket, another washer, and then your knot lock nut. We're just gonna get those started and then we'll move on to the rest. All right, and then we're just going to torque them down. This is a 5/32 Allen and a 10mm socket, and just tighten them all down. All right, so we had to take a quarter because we're having some fitment issues here. You may or may not experience that, but we're just gonna bore this out a little bit. That way we can fit our bolt in there a little bit easier because it just wasn't quite aligning right. Shouldn't be a problem now. All right, next up, just go ahead and reinstall your trim panel. Do that just by lining up all your clips. And like so. All right, next we finally get to mount up the table. The short spacers go on top. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna stage them in there. This again is why we didn't wanna go full ham and go with the biggest, baddest bit we could possibly find. And then the protocol is bolt, lock washer, washer, into the table, another washer, then you mount it into your spacer and actually get started into the mounting location. So, with some luck and a little bit of patience, got our other washer posted up. There we go. And now that's captured. Just get it loosely mounted, and then we can start moving on to the next ones. And once you check to make sure you've tightened everything, it's all snugged up. That is that. It's solid. tailgate table. Time to fix our lighting situation. So let's get into this unboxing and start the install. Stuff, controller, looks like a quick disconnect, some more wiring, there we go, here's our light. Looks like it's got 3M tape on the back. It's got its wiring harness included. And this looks like another wiring option. Instructions. There we go. All right, step one, you actually have to mount the light to your surface, but our surface is dirty because their Jeep is dirty. So we're gonna wipe it down with just some water, and then we have some alcohol that we're gonna wipe it down, let everything dry, and then we'll get to mounting the light. Okay, so now we've moved inside the back of the Jeep. We've wiped down our mounting surface. Now that's given a minute to dry. Now we're going to grab the handy dandy alcohol prep pad that is provided to you in your installation kit. And we're gonna wipe everything down. Oh, they give you a few, look at that. And just give that a minute to dry. While that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and open up our light. So your lead is on this side. We're going to leave it on the driver's side because we're going to try and tuck it into this factory trim. So we're actually going to pull this away. We're going to modify this trim a little bit to give it a canal to try and run this into using the factory wiring route. So we're going to give it the same appearance so it looks factory. We don't want to sit there and have, I mean, it gives you all of the mounting stuff to mount it on the outside. And if you want to do that, you absolutely can. But we're going to modify this trim piece here. We're going to peel it off. We're gonna cut into it and we're gonna try and run the lead through this channel just like all the rest of the factory wiring. Okay, next step, you're gonna take your light and you're gonna remove your adhesive backing. And now that your alcohol prep surface has had a minute to dry, just try and center it, and then we're gonna try and rotate it into its position like so. All right, so next step is for us, we're gonna remove this trim panel here. So there's these tabs here, another one here, another one at the bottom on both sides, front and back, inside, outside. So I'm just gonna use my knife to try to pry them out. if you look here, each one of these, each one of those teeth need to be pried outward like this. And I originally was using a knife. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be smart. Be smarter than me. So what we ended up using was a little 90-degree pick. Sorry, we're losing some light here, but this little pick right here worked great. So if you have something like this, looks like a little dental tool, or maybe even a dental tool, just use that instead. Okay, so since we're running low on light, we went ahead and plugged it in, which is also good because then we get to see if the light works. Now we're going to just use some tin snips and cut a little tiny section out of here to pass the wire through this channel. Like so. That was unanticipated. I didn't think it was going to go flying off like that, but it'll work. All right, so next step is to feed your wire through the channel and have it exit out your newly created access point, like so. And to make sure that you've got plenty of slack as you're mounting things up, like so. And assuming that everything's lined up correctly, apply pressure so that these teeth bite into their mounting locations. Once you've ran your wire through your trim, or if you decided to mount it on the outside, once you're done with that, next step would be to join these wires with this lumen here. And all we're gonna do is wire loom this stuff together. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to actually be removing our headliner. If you don't have a headliner, this is going to be a great solution for you to hide all the wiring so it looks factory. You don't have to do things this way. It does come in the kit with adhesive hangers for you to run the wire on the outside. And if you do have the headliner, this adhesive move will be very good for you because it'll still hide behind the headliner. We're just doing it to kind of future-proof ourselves in case we ever take the headliner off and go with something else. All right, so we're just gonna take all these off and it's just Velcro. And we can just set that back right there. Okay, so we've disconnected the Brawlee Light Bar from the canopy. We're gonna feed this through here. It is a snug fit, but you just feed that through like so. That way, once we run it into the headliner, it's all nice and clean, running through the same channel as our factory equipment. Okay, so we have an 11mm socket because we don't want to lose the 10 because everybody always loses the 10. And we're just going to use it. We've got it attached to some twine here, and we're going to insert it and chuck it towards the edge and hope that gravity brings it down to this exit point, and then we'll bring it all out, and then we'll secure the line to the twine and pull it through. So here goes nothing. That didn't work the first time. Okay, so what we did to make this easier was put a glow rod through the larger end of the socket and fished it all the way through. Once it got to the end, pull the glow rod out. Gravity will allow the socket to fall. Then you just grab with your fingers, grab your line and pull it through. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna tie our wiring to the twine that we have here. and then continue to feed it through. There is stuff back there, so be careful as you're doing that. It comes to the other side. You see it's come out the end. Alright, so once you get your wire out of the top, you can run it. There's a space right on top, as you can see right here, of where your windshield wiper hose fits in, and then it pops out at the bottom right there. Windshield wiper hose. Here's our attachment for our light, as you can see. Okay, one thing that we're gonna do just to try to clean up the wiring situation in here a little bit is we're gonna install one of the clips that was provided in the kit to the inside of this hub, this little cap in here, to hold on to our new wire. Just because the length provided was just perfect, and we don't want to allow for a whole lot of movement that could potentially cause problems later down the line. So again, we're just gonna take this, and I don't know how easy it is for you to see on camera. We're just gonna install it right there, and then loop the wire right there, and there you go. There you go. All right, guys, that's basically it. All we gotta do is finish reinstalling all of our trim pieces. We've got our front runner drop-down table, which is stout. It is sturdy. I think it's gonna work out perfectly for our needs. And this Brawlee light that we just got on Amazon throws a ton of light out. Super easy install, pretty quick. And as you can see, I think it's gonna do very well for outdoor camping, whether you're doing just kind of tailgating, or if you're out in the woods with friends, family, whatever your particular adventure may be. Leave us comments, please like, please subscribe. It really helps us out. I appreciate you taking the time with us, and let me know what else you want to see. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.